Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good to hear all of you here. So
Good
as
morning.
mentioned by our Melon, we will go sharp start by 11 o'clock. So waiting for another maybe a few of our colleagues everywhere to join in. Just to let you know that we have two sessions, morning and afternoon, of course. And one of the session is compulsory for you to attend. And if you want to join later also in the next session, after you complete the first session also, you will do so. You can extend it to any of your team members as well. Right?
Madrasah is due to
Sebut station di madrasah pun.
Hi again. Good morning, everyone. It is already 11 o'clock. Okay, so as usual, I'm from GOCC, Azlina, and this session will be regarding as per what we have in the Spring Digitalization e-form. So we have presenter Ain Nadra and Syed Ahmad Abu Zakwan. So they will present and they will explain all the requirement that you have to fill in during the briefing session. Okay, so maybe we have something, is anything to say from our manager Gokal's Melong. Over to you, Izzati.
Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you this morning?
Very good
Very
morning.
good.
Very good.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Okay, so I believe that you all have already received and acknowledged ASB 078.26 on the digitalization and centralization of E-NTL form, right? Okay, so the purpose of this E-NTL form is a continuation from our station head conference requested item that we want to have a closed loop communication and recharging process so that we can have a closed loop process on this NTL on tracking and reconciliation of data. So we have established a centralized tracking and monitoring system via this form across network. So basically, this form is the replacement of your yellow form. Okay. Okay, so right now, when we let me just give you an overall update first on this. Usually you will have the yellow form, right, whenever there's NTL. So with this current process, you will still use the physical form, but we want to translate this into digitalized form, and later on we will have develop a dashboard. So from there we can monitor and also provide a cost avoidance. So we can monitor the trend and also the posting, which focus station that incur a lot of penalty and uplifted from where. So it will be all translated into a dashboard. So I just brief you through the current NTL process. Okay, currently at station, once you have identified NTL passenger, you gather them details, and then you provide, the passenger will provide you travel documents, and then you will fill up the E-NTL form. And then once you confirm clearance from CIQ, you will connect with RMD to reissue or to open back the ticket, and then pass the passenger and also travel documents to the cabin crew, and then you uplift the passenger, right? So with this new process, actually next slide. Okay, so there is a change management in the process, in the current process. So right now, once you identify the NTL passenger, you gather the details, you fill up this E-NTL form, and then before we go full digitalization, I need all of your cooperation to print one copy for cabin crew, because some of the station might still require the hard copy of the acknowledgement. Okay, and then with this form, it will prompt the respective station on the passenger details. Means that the receiving station will be prompt on receiving this NTL deportation. Okay, once you confirm all the details, you will upload it in the all the like the penalty form, the deportation form, whatever evidence or whatever documents in your hand that usually you will attach with the yellow form, you will upload in this form. And then once you upload as an attachment, you will need to get the cabin crew signature on the hard copy form, and then you will need to re-upload the picture in the form again, and then you can hand over the deportee to the cabin crew. So right now, the one in yellow color is the process that we have changed in the normal flow. Okay. Next. Okay, before we go into the form, we will have Aish to walk you through the form, but we have provided a few scenario, meaning that I understand sometimes you are the transit stations, sometimes you are the second sector that receiving the NTL. So with this form, we can conclude it all, and with this form also, we can record all the expenses, all the penalty, all the department or port station that uplift the NTL in the first place. So with this form also, we can minimize or cut down our process of recharging, meaning that once we have developed the dashboard, we can straight away capture the cost incurred for the penalty and proceed with recharging and refund back the cost to the station accordingly.
Second also.
Okay, any question at this juncture?
Okay.
If no question, I will pass over the presentation to Aish. I will hand over the presentation to Aish to walk us through the form.
All right, thank you, Malom. Just let me give me a second for me to open the form. And Zakwan will help me as well to walk through the actual form. So in the group chat, I have already sent a link for the e-form that we are currently using. All right, so this is the first page of the NTL form for our digitalization form. And firstly is the date for you to submit the form. So for the travel document, travel doc care of, you can select either is for crew or escort. But usually we're going to select as crew, and you just key in the name of the crew or escort. So for NTL reason, there are multiple reasons that you can key in, but usually we're just going to say that refuse entry as one of the reasons. And for the number of passengers for this form, there are the maximum number of 10 passengers that you can use. But right currently I'm going to demo only 1 passenger. Or maybe 2 passenger is easier. Okay. So for the passenger details, you just need to key in the name, the nationality, the gender, and also the passport and visa details. Right, so the next section of the form is going to be the ticket details. So you have to key in the original PNR, assuming that both of the passengers have the same PNR. And for the original, you have to key in the ticket details of the passenger, which includes the original ticket number. So the next information that you have to input is the denied point of entry. So assuming that we only going to focus on one sector only, you just include the flight number, the class, the flight date, and also the flight origin and flight destination. For the unused coupon utilized, if we are using the passenger original ticket and then we rebook their ticket, then we have to click no. We have to click yes, and then which means that we are not raising a yellow form, so we have to click no for that one. But if they are using the yellow form, then we are going to click no for the unused coupon utilized, and we are going to click yes for the form because we are raising the yellow form. Yes.
Okay, for this part, team, you need to be very clear. Meaning that if the passenger have a return ticket, means that unused coupon utilized, yes. You have to tick at yes in the yes box, okay? If the passenger only have one-way ticket, so the answer will be no. And will you activate the yellow form? Yes. So this is the part where you need to really clarify on the status of the passengers. Are you clear on that? Okay, all right, Aish, you can proceed.
All right. So for the remarks, you can just mention like something along the line of like shift to reissue ticket then.
Okay,
next,
Yase have a question.
Yes.
Hold on. What if the ticket is purchased immediately by passenger? So the unused coupon utilized, the answer is no. Form, no.
Betul. Okay. Okay, so the next section is going to be the new ticket details, but in the case of we don't have that information at the moment, you can just skip through this section first and just come back later on when you have the information from Shift. But you still have to upload an attachment. Any type of attachment is okay. Just gonna upload this one. So the next section is going to be the cost, if any, to be collected, such as the ticket fare, the penalty, meal, accommodation, and escort service, and the others costs that might be incurred. But the total amount will be auto-calculated, and you can select the currency that is being used for that station. So, for example, and then there's another section is either to be collect from passenger or station. You can choose either two, but this one you have to correctly identify which person that we are going to charge from. So, but this section is not compulsory at the moment, which means that if you don't have that kind of information at the moment, you can just skip through and come back later. And the charges per station, for example, we're going to put 4. Then you have to key in the responsibility center and also the account code. Next section is the acknowledgement section, which is you have to collect signatures from passenger and from requester, and also the acknowledgement from cabin crew. So you can let the passenger sign here, or maybe if there's too many passenger in one form, you can be the person to sign it for them with their consent. Just key in the staff name, the staff ID, and also the requested email, because you're going to receive an email as after this. And also the name of the cabin crew in charge and the staff ID. And the staff name of the arriving station. So if you notice, there's a verify and complete button here, but it's only going to be ticked by the arriving station once all of the required details have been fully completed and finalized. But since the details currently is not completed and it's not being finalized, then you can just go ahead and click submit. Because when we click submit, we are going to receive an email for the form, and you can just, there's going to be a link in the email, and you can just click the link to go back to the original form if you want to update any information, and if you want to fill in all of the other necessary details and complete the form. So right now, at the moment, we just click submit. So there you go, there's going to be a code here, NTL code 0052, and now we just have to wait for the email to come through. All right, so there's a question. Can we skip passenger signature if passenger disagree to sign? Malam, do you want to answer that?
Yes, you can skip, but you have to put in the remarks that passenger disagreed to sign, but they acknowledge on the deportation.
Sorry, Rosmadi here, Singapore. Okay, some
Okay,
of us,
second question. What happens if NTL has a return ticket but need shift to move the date? Do we still have to fill in this NTL form? Yes, you still have to fill up this NTL form. You have to use the Aish, boleh pergi dekat yang unused coupon tu tak? Dekat page tu.
Oh, sekejap
Can you
because
go back to the form,
dah
Aish?
submit to the form kan. I'm just waiting for the email currently for me to open back the form.
You still have to then shift will pick up from this form. It will prompt the respective department, including RMD. So the station head will use this form as attachment to ask RMD to reissue the ticket. This NTL form does not only serve the purpose of reconciliation of the cost, but also as a record. Right now, our record is not centralized. So what if there is any NTL happen at your station, you need to fill up this so that we can get a data. Right now, the data is fragmented and scattered all around the station. You have your own record under your region, but we want to have a centralized data center. That's why if the NTL, despite they buy their own ticket or they have the written ticket, you still have to register here. Regardless there's penalty or no penalty, you still have to register in this form.
Malam, Dayang here. So just to give a remark and also the additional justification to everyone, this NTL digitalization form is not only to supersede the utilization of yellow form, but for us
Okay,
to... Malam, you can hear me?
Yes.
So not only to supersede, because as mentioned earlier by you and also Aish, to supersede the yellow form, but this is not to supersede only, but for us to have one medium for to get the clear data. So no need to send an email. By that email, later on we just review this link and then you get the data. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Daya. I have a question actually. In most cases, the passengers purchase their tickets well in advance of the departure date because the fares are significantly lower compared to last-minute bookings. From a revenue management perspective, would there be any concerns if we were to allow these passengers to go shore for an immediate departure to fill an earlier available flight?
Firdaus, maybe you can answer.
Okay. Before we, Malom, are you still talking? No, right? Okay. So before we proceed with more Q&A, I'm just going to quickly show you the email that I've received after submitting the form. So you're going to receive this kind of email, which says that please be informed that there's going to be an NTL passenger denied entry at which station, which is cruise station. And please note that there's going to be an attachment. The attachment is going to be in the form of PDF, and it's going to include all of the details that we have key in the form. And next, there's also going to be a link that you can click if you want to edit and re-upload the acknowledgement form. So if I click the link, then it's going to go back to the original form, and we can update the informations that we haven't completed yet lah. Okay. So that's all for the form. So maybe we can proceed with the Q&A. Okay. There's a question from Kitima. In case of passenger holding return ticket, but on the other day, can we accept passenger as go show and fill form, or need shift to reallocate passenger? Maybe Malom or Zakwan can answer that question.
Hi everyone, Zakwan here. Okay, based on the question, in case of passenger holding a return ticket, but on other day can we accept? Okay, basically what you need to do, you need to contact shift to reissue the ticket. That is the correct process, basically. Any question?
Zakwan, allow me to add in
Yep.
some point here. Kitima, as mentioned by Dayang, just now, this NTL is not to replace and to supersede anything. This is for us to have the digitalize of this NTL. The process is still the same. Instead of you're sending email, you fill up this one. So if required to change, you just give the detail and put the remark there. The passenger holding ticket and need to change date. So it is clear for others to understand through your remark. But anyhow, the NTL, this E-NTL need to be filled up for any movement.
Yes, that's correct. So basically the E-NTL form, normally we will use the yellow form for any NTL issue. But now current, what we change, we will go to the E-NTL form to replace the yellow form. So once you receive the email, mention the attachment form, and then if your station need to issue the ticket, so you can forward the email to the RMD, ask them to reissue the ticket. Are you clear on that? Okay, next question I saw here from Sharifah Aisha. So we ask NTL packs to sign where? On our phone? Yeah, you can use your phone because you have the link, and then you can ask the passenger to sign on your phone. But if certain scenario, if you think the passenger will do something with your phone, you can print the form and then ask them to sign manually, and then you need to put an attachment on that particular form. Next question. So up, yes, how can passenger sign the form? There is a lot of question here. So up, yes, crew also need to sign the form.
Can I ask something here, if may just allow us?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. My question is, why do we have to have the passenger sign the form? I believe the earlier yellow form, there was no column wherein the passenger needs to sign. The NTL station is already uplifting all the documents that why the passenger was denied entry into the country. So there is no
Okay.
requirement of the passenger to sign.
Okay, basically we need to sign passenger sign for the form for their acknowledgement. Okay, they know they was deportee because of the some issue with the immigration or whatsoever.
For that matter, the station will be already attaching the deportee documents.
Come again?
If we have to print the form and get the
Mm-hmm.
sign from passenger, then there is no point going digital on this. No, we are already wasting paper. Then my question is, previously we were not getting any signatures from the passenger. The station wherein the passenger was refused entry will anyhow uplift the immigration papers with the form. So I don't see any requirement of passenger acknowledging that I was refused entry into that country. That is
Okay,
an
basic.
additional.
Yeah. Basically, that is the additional thing that we need to do. Because somehow this is our documented. So if passenger will go for the further, maybe they will go for the law or whatsoever. So we have a proof that passenger already acknowledged that passenger was deported, and then we also got the form.
Sorry,
Sorry,
I
but
think we have to disagree in this matter, because you must understand that any NTL is done by the authority and not by us. So
Yep.
if we ask for this, it's will create complication later on. And
exactly.
some of us, we have IP room that the passenger is not allowed to be met at all. So we only can bring them out an hour or near to the departure time. Same to, I think, some senator, you can back me up on this.
Yeah, so if I can give you an example, yesterday we had an NTL of the 251, which is our earlier flight. We need to get this done quickly, obviously, to get them on the next available flight out. This process, having to get the passenger signature and the crew signature before we can even get this sorted, won't work for us. So I understand that the passenger needs, for us to cover our side, we need to have a passenger's acknowledgement, but it's not up to the passenger. They're being forced out of the country by Australian immigration, for example. They don't have a choice. So whether they want to take legal action and stuff and come back at us, we can offer the letter that was provided by the country's immigration, and that can be used. So as the carrier that brought that passenger in, we're liable to remove them. So we can use those things if that's what you're going at with protecting us if they take legal action. That's what we can use. But having their signature, we don't sign the passenger. Having the crew sign this document, we're getting this organized before we can get them on the flight. So is it the crew that's uplifting them, or is it, the inbound crew? I'm confused as to why we need these signatures. If you can elaborate.
It's for
Okay.
the crew that uplifting them. It's a normal process. Currently, you hand over all the travel document to the crew, right?
Yes, we do. So
you hand over the blue colored copy to the crew, right?
Yeah. So if we hand over these forms, isn't this NTL form to get it rebooked on the next available flight? So shouldn't we have been doing this? So normally we use the form, sign it, send it to Shift, send it to our regional head to get approval, and then everything's done. But with this online form, we're filling it out, sending it off, and then getting it back in the passenger signature. Will Shift be organizing this in the meantime? If the form hasn't been submitted.
Okay. Once the form has been submitted, you will receive a link where you will receive a PDF copy of this form. So you just forward this to Shift, and Shift will action accordingly.
Okay, and then do we have to reprint that, send it out to the aircraft and get signed?
No need.
Or
Once
will
you
the
get the crew
crew-
signature, you just once you get the crew signature, you just take the picture of the form and the passport which was handed over to the crew, and you upload in the form. There's this editable link in the form, so you just upload back in the form, and then you email to Shift, then Shift will pick up.
Okay, is there a way
You
for
know-
the form to go immediately to Shift and to the relevant personnel for signatures for approval? Or do we have to wait for the email to come back, print it, sign it, send it to Shift? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a way we can eliminate that additional task? So fill out the form, once you submit it, it goes immediately to Shift, goes to the relevant regional head for approvals and get done before we can finally print that and get the crew to acknowledge? Just because sometimes we're in we have to get them out on the next available flight. If Australian Border Force will tell us we need them out ASAP, we don't have time to be doing all these little things. I mean, I guess we can do that in the future if we're looking to improve, you know, the process of this. Maybe looking whether we can get that form immediately sent directly to Shift and our regional heads for approval.
Zati, Senorita, I believe yes. So Zati, you please check with IT team because earlier for this project, we already link every region to their regional head. So, but Senorita, you still need to follow up with you, follow the normal process, follow up for urgent through to your regional head and also Shift. But the link and then the message through email, yes, Zati, follow double check with IT. As per earlier plan is yes. I think you can come back later, Zati, through the chat to Senorita.
Okay, sure.
Am I answering your questions, Senorita?
Yes, Diane, thank you.
All right.
Afternoon. Hello, morning.
Hi.
Okay, so Ato Sibu. Just want to add in, seems that if we deal with domestic, which our flight turnaround time is 50 minutes, which there's a bit a short time for us because normally what our practice we did is the NTL must be deported back on the semi-craft. So if this thing occur, when you require passengers to sign the form and all that, so it means that the process might be takes a longer time lah for aircraft transiting. So it means that the delay will be involved lah. So kalau if can, we just release the passengers and then after that we send over the form and then with the copy of the PDF we sign later. Kita suruh KL when passengers arrive in KL they sign the form. Is it can be done? Kalau you nak kalau you nak ambil passenger signature and the cabin crew signature, it will take a longer process, you know.
Okay, hold on. First thing first, I think number one, the passenger signature, okay, is needed before the handover. The crew signature is towards the end of uplifting. So let's say the passenger is being denied entry. Okay, so you fill up this and then you fill up that form and then you will receive the PDF version. Then you email to Shift and your regional head to get the approval as per normal process. And then you will get, okay, right now you will already get the new issued ticket to uplift this passenger. So the passenger signature is way prior uplifting the passenger, okay? Are you clear? That's part one. And then the crew signature is needed when you hand over the document to the crew. So it's two different things. But I take note on your concern on the passenger signature. If all of you agreed here that it's not required, we can remove it from the form based on your feedback. If it's entirely what we call it, adding up the process. But I would like to echo Senorita point of view that we require this signature to avoid the bigger consequences later. I mean, like legal suit, if any. Okay. So my suggestion is that the passenger signature is not mandatory to be filled up. But if the passenger refuse to sign, you just put a remark there. Okay. And we have done some simulation. It's only needed like 2 or 3 minutes to complete the form. Are you clear, Suharto?
Okay, one more thing, because our practice here, just to minimize the delay, because kalau what we are doing previously, we check in passengers, accepted passengers as a paper ticket first, and then we release the aircraft, and the passenger after completing, after immigration completed the form, so we ask the macam procedure biasa lah, crew will be signed everything, and then we just dispatch the aircraft, so to avoid the further delay. The problem is the aircraft rotation is important lah. Normally Cebu ni dia punya last flight tu, dia punya aircraft rotation is very tight. So what we actually we don't nak NTL spend overnight in Cebu. Normally we send it over on the same flight which their arrival lah. So what we do a paper ticket check-in, and then after that we request RMD to issue a ticket lah based on fund that passenger have lah. Kalau passenger tak ada fund, we need to uplift kan on company expenses kan? Is it correct?
Yes, correct.
So means that the blue form, the NTL form, need to be completed as well, right? So to be submitted to a shift prior to approval by regional head. Is it correct kan? The process still the same kan?
Yes, the process is still the same, but now instead of you fill up the yellow form, you fill up this form. But bear in mind, this form you only have a certain mandatory items that you need to fill up to reactivate the ticket. So it's not complete. It's not entirely like 5 pages you need to complete on that particular time. We understand the constraint at stations. So you just fill up the mandatory items, and then you send to shift and your regional head for approval to uplift this passenger. Once this passenger uplifted, you can come back to this form, edit and put in whatever the cost or whatsoever information that can be added up to complete this form. There is an editable link where you can come back to this form every time. And there is a serialized number for this form. So if you have like 3 NTL, you will have 3 specific serial number. So you can come back to this form to complete it. So there's the mandatory item, I think is only a few that you can be used to activate the ticket for RMD. Okay? It's okay.
Okay,
we will give a
okay,
yes,
you mean
sorry.
means that this form will be atau CC to the macam regional head in RMD, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so means that after the form is sent to them, and then later once they get approval from the regional head, baru ticket to be issued kan? Is it correct?
Yes. It will be auto prompt, but you still need to email them with this attachment for them to reactivate, because you have to understand RMD is managing for all stations. So if you might want to email them for expedite the process.
Okay, all right.
Let me add in. So, okay, what Sarto, I believe not only for Cebu station, but it is for 80% of the system-wide station who need to manage the NTL and also need to expedite. And then additional thing is we need to carry the NTL passenger through the same aircraft. If you are not finished with the process, there is no departure approval from the immigration. So the aircraft will be staying there waiting for that NTL. If 40 minutes, 40 minutes. If 1 hour, 1 hour. So what you need to do is for India, for Phnom Penh is always like that. And also for domestic station, for you to expedite, you can fill in this form, which I believe ticket number is compulsory. There is a star there. You need to add in the ticket number first, then you can release the passenger. But your case, you want to expedite, you get the verbal approval from your boss, from your original head, and then later on, shift will issue the ticket. You want to release the passenger through paper ticket, it's okay, follow the normal one, because you can manage 15 minutes for this NTL. You just need to add in there 00000. Later on, after the aircraft push back, you get the ticket from shift, edit the form. Is it okay?
Thank you, Diane.
All right.
Masih, eh?
Uh,
Diane, we need to close the ticket later on, right?
Yeah, normal process kan lah.
Okay.
Correct, right, Zati?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So question from Rizwan: for cruise nature, can SH sign on behalf? Example, if PAX send via the airlines. For cruise nature, it's not required. It's not mandatory, but you need to get the names and the names and also the ID number. But if it's sent to other airlines, then you just put that send via other airlines in the remarks. So the signature is not required. Okay, Rizwan? If PAX not holding any return ticket on our MH flight and after fill up this form, do we have to ask for approval from for original hit or shift to issue the ticket via email? If we are the carrier airline, so we need to we are liable, right? To bring them out of the country. So they need to give us somehow evidence that they bought a new ticket. If they have the money, then you have to ask them to buy a new ticket. If they don't have the money, then you have to use the yellow form and charge to the uplift station. Once you fill up the yellow, you use the if the form is activated, then you will send to R&D shift to give them the ticket, and you can uplift as per normal. Are you clear, Dong Tai?
Yes, Bon.
Dong Tai? Okay.
Bon, once again, I have another question. For example, like passenger rejected to entry from the morning flight. So after on later, I fill up this form at the afternoon. After fill up everything and preparing to uplift the passenger on the evening flight, suddenly immigration contact us that passenger is released to entry Cambodia. So is there any way that we can waive the form? I mean, yeah, to cancel the form?
Yes, you can come back to the editable link again. Okay, once you fill up this form, let's say you get the serial number, right? And then you just put in remarks, the form is no longer required, and no further action to be taken because the authority already give access for this passenger to enter the country. You still have to update in the record.
Thank you. Noted on that.
All right. Okay, question from Dong Gyom Kim. In case of last minute decision from immigration and still we need to repatriate NTL to Cool. At this stage, normally booking system closed, so that shift even can't change the date. Can we accept as go show and fill out the NTL G-term form mentioning about this? Go show accept, because at airport we need to take immediate action before NTL change mind not to fly. Firdaus, maybe you can give your feedback on this. Or maybe Rohani?
What the original ticket? Original ticket actually.
Sorry, not clear.
Original ticket ni?
RMD, we're not clear about your answer. Can you elaborate further? Firdaus, Rohani?
Hello, you
Okay,
refer
it's
to
okay, we
which
come.
question? You can come back later.
All right, okay. Kim, RMD will come back to your question later, okay?
No,
Okay, next
again,
question
which
from
question? You refer to which question?
question from Dong Gyong Kim. In case of last minute decision from immigration and still we need to repatriate NTL to Cool. At this stage, normally booking system closed so that shift even can't change the date. Can we accept as go show and fill out the NTL digital form mentioning about this? Go show accept?
Go show using which ticket?
So Gosho means the passenger original ticket. So if in case passenger has a return ticket, but sometimes actually normally Korea immigration gave us the this repatriation order at the last minute. But as you may know, sometimes in the like high season, available flight options we don't have much. So if possible, we want to send the passenger back immediately. And also this is also ordered by immigration. So this case, so I just want to know, can you accept as a Gosho and fill out the NTL digital form mentioning remark about this Gosho accept circumstance?
Yeah, can. You can proceed to take go show.
It's me using
Okay,
Gosho,
thank you.
using the return ticket, right? Yeah.
Yes, using the passenger's return ticket.
Yep, absolutely can.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Mm,
So if passenger don't have any return ticket, you can encourage passenger to buy the advance date, so we can change later. So they can get cheap fare.
all right. Question. During waiting for shift to reissue NTL ticket, but the security cost is running, can we uplift packs with the original ticket to avoid security costs? I believe the answer is yes, because if the original ticket has a return sector, then we can, while waiting for shift to reissue the ticket or change the date, we can put that first, provided that aircraft load is not full. Correct, Shift?
Correct.
Okay. So no more email, no more yellow form. Fill this up. Shift will process immediately. Then we will follow up by editing the send link again after the PAX pop. Okay, you still is no more yellow form. Yes. No more email is not true because you still have to attach this form to get your regional head approval to uplift this passenger and also for shift to reissue the ticket. So Aisha, are you clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, how can we gather real-time feedback from staff during the initial?
Malam, hold on, Malam. Just to add in for
Yeah.
Aisha, that is will be a phase 2, Aisha, because we need to explore more, which moving forward, maybe Zati and the team, we will go through again. We will have a auto once a station head fill in this form. Auto notification will be prompt to shift and also regional head. But now this is first stage. We need to go for manual first, download version, yeah? Okay, Zati, proceed.
All right, okay. So how can we gather real-time feedback from staff during the initial rollout phase? Gather real-time feedback. What do you mean? You mean the shift feedback on the ticket, on the regional head approval. Is that your question? Natawik?
Yes, correct.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Okay. So as per I echo back what explained earlier. At this stage, we still have to the PDF form. Once you submit this, the PDF form will be prompt to your email. So you can just forward that email. It's just one click. Forward that email for shift and regional head for approval and reissue the ticket. So you don't need to craft. You know, you just forward the email. Shift, please assist. Regional head, appreciate your approval to uplift this NTL. Shift, please assist on the ticket issuance. Just a simple liner question because RMD already aware on this digitalized form. Because all the details required all inside there. Even the authority letter, all you already been attached in the form. So if anyone need further clarification, they will check the form and so that everyone have the information that is required. If they need further clarification, they will engage with the station head. Okay? Okay. Are you clear, Natawut? All right. Okay, when the NTL confirmed very last minute by immigration, I believe that we do not have enough time to fill up this form during short turnaround time. With this thing, NTL packs may need to stay extra night just because of this process. Okay, Lee Ho Yun. Like has what have been briefed earlier, you just need a few minutes. We have done the simulation. You just need a few minutes to insert the mandatory form for you to reactivate the ticket issuance and approval from your regional head. The rest of the item you can fill up later. So I don't think there is a need for the passenger to stay extra night. But we take your consideration because there's a lot of question and concern from your end. We will just kickstart this first. I give you like 2 weeks and we will come back on this. How can we simplify the process or assist you? But for now, we need to have a centralized record center and centralized data collection. So we require your cooperation to implement this form. Okay, Lee? Any further question from you?
I have another question below, but you can choose to do one by one.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, thank you. But you clear on this one, huh?
Yes, I'm clear.
Yes, Jason, we will share with you the PowerPoint slide shortly. after this briefing. Team pool handling 30 to 45 NTL passenger. Remove the requirement for individual signature if the document is intended to be signed for each passenger. Okay, we take note on this. I will check on IT since there's a lot of concern from all of you. We can consider to remove this section. But we can consider, but the decision will be advised by legal team later if it can be removed or not. Okay. During the signing form, NTL or crew, in case person mobile phone damage, who will have responsibility? I believe all staff doesn't want hand over our own phone to other phone to use. Mobile phone very personal details need to be protected. Okay, for this item, you can take their staff ID and also staff name, the crew name and staff ID. That will be sufficient during the handover, okay? But you still have to take picture of the handover of document and upload in this form, meaning that when is the evidence that you have handed over this document to the crew.
So it means that we don't need to get any sign from entire passenger or crew.
Okay, understand. But I need to check with legal first because we want to avoid any legal liability in case if there is any suit in future. But we take note on your consideration and I will discuss with legal team on this matter. If they say not required, then we can remove it or make it as an option.
Yeah, because as you know, mobile phone is nowadays just not for the phone. Every our personal detail and data inside, including your bank detail and your payment detail and everything. Our mobile phone must be protected.
All right, okay. We take note on that. We will consider it. Okay, Lee? As per the above, the rest of the team concern.
Zati, just to add in for the question coming from Lee, later on, so meaning that there is no requirement for crew to sign that form, number one, and then number two, earlier on you mentioned for us to print the form and share to crew. Is it yes?
Sorry, Dayang. Can you repeat?
First question, there is no requirement for us to ask crew to sign. That is number one. Number two, earlier on you mentioned about station need to print one copy and give to crew. Is it yes?
Yes. Because
Okay,
some
so
of the
now,
authority require hard copy.
now
Yes,
Zati, for hold on, Pak Rahmat. Okay.
agree to that process lah. Agree to that process.
Okay, we need to print. We need to print, right? How am our team to go and print without the signature from crew first? We need to come to the aircraft door, ask them to sign, go back to the office, and then come back. I don't think so we can manage 15 minutes. It will be 40 to 1 hour turnaround time delay. We need to check again, Lazati, for the printing. Otherwise, crew also can take it digital and then we share that PDF form to their phone. So we use our phone, they also use their phone. They have tab, right? Why we still need to proceed with manual, give to cabin crew, and then for ground, we use the digital.
Yes, Dayang. Okay, for crew signature, you don't have to go back to the office. You just take the picture that you hand over the form to the crew, right? So you just take the hard copy of the form, ask the crew to sign, and then you just take picture. Just take picture of the evidence of the handover, and later when you go back to the office after the aircraft departed, you can upload it. It's not that you have to go to the crew and then you come back to office and then get the form, print, then go to the crew again for handover.
But for the crew to acknowledge the handover of that NTL, process need to complete first. NTL need to enter the aircraft, then completed. Later we can print the form. Am I correct, Zati? That is the process for NTL? Or we just add in anything? We also don't know who is the cabin crew inside. Then we can print. If you say so, we can add in anyone from the IFS or from the cabin crew through the GD. Then one of our team can print, then come back to the aircraft. Because the process to hand over this NTL is point to point. My concern, Kuala Lumpur, we have lots of aircraft. Our NTL team just 3 and sometime 1 in one shift.
I think, Dayang, the process during the handover the NTL packs to the cabin crew, the form it can be printed all together and hand over the form as well as the NTL to the cabin crew. What for we have to go back to the office and reprint it? It will take time. While waiting the letter from the immigrations with regards to the revisal entry, and we attach it together along with the NTL passenger when we hand over them to the cabin crew. I think we still have got time because when the immigrations issuing the letter, it will take about 10 to 15 minutes.
Pak Rahmat, maybe your airport layout it's easy, but I believe because there is a lot of experience for India, while waiting for the NTL to be completed, they will be taking 40 minutes, and then for the printing, they will be taking another 30 minutes. So India region, I think you can give your feedback on this. Are you agree with the printing on, or you also want crew department to get this digitalization process? Same goes to us.
Dayang,
Okay, noted on that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dayang, this is my opinion on this. I might not be right, but what I understand is when you start filling the NTL form, we start from the point of origin, which is, for example, let's say Sydney. Okay. Now, when we are feeding in the details, and when we submit that form, the system will automatically send that link to all the concerned station, that is Sydney, or right, and to the station head of the NTL station. Am I correct?
Yes, it will prompt. It will prompt the uplift station and also the receiving station.
So why cannot we have a system like this? Like the crew, we just feeding the crew name, feeding the crew staff number, and let system send an automatic prompt to the crew email also.
Um, okay, because the
Because see,
crew email.
I'm sorry to interrupt, madam. Because if we print the form, okay, first of all, if we are printing the form, then this whole exercise goes null and void because we are not trying to then digitalize. But even we are printing the form, then how? And the crew wants the physical hard copy of the form, then we have to print the form in duplicate because we anyhow requires the crew acknowledgement also. So if we have to print the form in duplicate, then then there is a confusion in this.
Sarab,
Yes,
what
sir.
if the passengers we send via other airlines? We still going to
Passengers,
use the hard copy form as well, right?
yes, that is an exception. There will be very remote chances that we are sending the passengers to other airlines because none of the airlines accept anybody else NTL. Very seldom. So my idea is if we have to print the form in duplicate because crew also needs for a hard copy, we also need the acknowledgement. Then might as well have this link sent to the crew's personal email or crew's email also, so that they can record the acknowledgement as well.
Okay, team. Good morning. Good afternoon. Boy here. All right. As what Izati has mentioned, this will be rolled out in Cool. What we will do is, we'll take note. The project committee team will take note of all this feedback. We will look into the process again and adapt that lean and adjust. So every respective region from IC, Australia, and whatnot, you guys has been briefed. There will be another session later in this evening. We will gather more feedback of the process. We will streamline the process again. And then afterward, we will roll this out once we have received the feedback from every respective region. Right? So for Cool Station as well, I think Dayang and the team do share your feedback on this initiative. As and when we see there is a hiccup along the way, we can fine tune the process. And for those for those international stations, while we haven't rolled out this initiative, do share your feedback via email so that the project team can look into this to streamline and adapt that lean and agile concept. Can we do that, team?
Can, of course can.
All right, good. So respective region, please appoint a consolidator so that the email won't be scattered around. Consolidate all the feedback based on your stations, and then after that, share this to the project team, Izati and Zakwan, so that we can look into the overall process and adapt and for any of this process that we can reduce and eliminate, we can do this necessary, right?
Okay, team. So far, all the feedback that I got is mostly on track signature and crew signature. If we remove this item, I think we can address your concern respectively. However, we will share with you this link to be used. I will give you 2 weeks for POC, proof of concept. And we please gather the information. What can we do better to streamline the process and assist the process at the stations lah. Okay. All right. Pack signature, meaning that if we have time to reissue ticket is required. It's very urgent, very circumstances such immigration instruction. Okay, that one. Okay. If the mandatory of taking picture of the handover of document in Perth, handling of the document will be done by escort team as the escort packs all the way to aircraft door and hand over to crew, not us. But would the station head not be there, Francis?
Yeah, we are there, but usually they hand over everything to the crew. So unless when they leave, then we go and ask the crew for a picture. So it sounds like it's a lot of double handling.
Oh, all right, okay, it's okay. During the POC, you just do what is the best practices first. But if possible to get the picture, but you can upload it later. But please do share your feedback, okay, team?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. If you have further questions, just feel free to put in the chat. The team will pick up accordingly. So the link will be shared with you shortly via email. So we will give you a 2 weeks time for the execution of the POC. And please, we do need your feedback, okay? Disagree or not disagree, but I will address the pack signature and crew signature accordingly after I consult with legal team. Okay, any more question before we conclude our session? If not, Zakwan, Aisha, Dayang, anything from your side?
I'm good.
If all good, okay. If all good with this, I conclude the session. Okay. Feel free to reach out if you have any concern. We are here to assist. And
Zati?
yeah. Yes.
Zati, the form is with immediate effect, is it?
Yes. We will share with you shortly.
Okay.
All right, after this briefing. Okay, so if all okay, please fill up the attendance form and also feedback form.
Yes.
As per
For our record, UCC record, to ensure that you have attended to this session. If you feel that you need more information, you are pleased to join our next session this afternoon, about 3 o'clock. So you can extend the attendance to the rest of your team as well for more understanding.
all right.
All right, thank you.
All right, if that's the case, I conclude the session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.